Yeah. Trying to see this thing on. It's your boy. Get a hold game. Cause we got to get a hold of the game. Aha. On another random thoughts and opinions. On Tuesday. I know I ain't got much time before twin them come on the scene. Trying to put people's feet on the yellow line and the yellow footprint. Trying to get them on the bus. I'm gonna make it quick, man. Shout out to Fat Bill, Fat TV. Let me turn this down. Man, shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that come on a Tuesday, man. Shout out to y'all. I ain't gonna be on here. Only gonna be here for a small amount of time. You understand me? Just random thoughts and opinions, my brothers. Salute to the Bulldog community. Just my random thoughts and opinions, you know. Come on randomly. You know, I give my thoughts and opinions and I get gone. You know, I know what my spot is, you understand me? Throughout the week. But sometimes I will, however, come on for random thoughts and opinions. And I have a small video I would like to play. I'm gonna wait till some more people come up in the chat room before I play the video. Then we will get into the commentary. My random thoughts and opinions. Some of it will be in the video. Some of it I will verbalize, you know, manually without the AI. And we're gonna get into it in the chat, man, and see what y'all think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that, you know, I notice. We're not just covering, you know, one particular family of animals, but across the board, you know, I don't know whether it's that we don't know, don't care, or just don't show about all the other dogs within the family. You know what I'm saying? You know, we hover over Jeep so heavily. Jeep, man. When he came with a lot of fanfare, he was the number one, you know, registered male pit bull of all time at one time. You know what I'm saying? Frisco might have something to say about that, you know. Some of the Frisco lovers might have something to say about that, but there were so many others in his family from his lineage that deserve to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? You just deserve to get that notoriety, those flowers. And it just seems like we just hover over the same ones. And it becomes mundane when there's so many other bulldogs and bulldog dog men and women who need their flowers, and we just really just don't. Is it that we don't know? If we ignorant to these other dogs or these other famous, these other well-known, well-respected, may not be famous, but very well-respected dog men that deserve they just due and credit? Or is it that we don't care? I mean, okay, you did that, but you're not the famous ones. You see what I'm saying? You know. Shout out to J-Bo, nonstop. You know, J-Bo always said they never give credit to the person who wrote the song. And it's very true. They don't give credit, hardly want to give credit to the producer who made the beat. You know what I'm saying? Hammerhead on the beat. No pun intended, but you know, I make beats too, but I'm saying, I digress. But let me see who in the chat, man. But we're gonna get into it. Dog Man TV, salute. Fred, salute. M1, salute. Ben, salute. Itchy. Negri, negra, negus. Not bad words. Mean dawn, morning star. Mean to rain. The negus. They say in China, if you say, where are the Negroes? Where are the Negroes? The niggas at, they gonna point to a plateau up in the mountains. They gonna point. And when you go up there, you're gonna see some Asian looking black folk with afros. Their origins are of African descent, they say. Children of the sun. Hardcore killers had a lineup, right? But like we just hoover over 9 milli, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think hardcore just get another just light put on them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Doogie lost. Okay, he was dog of the year and he lost the Rams Flash. Okay, but it was so many others. You know what I mean? Why don't they get the notoriety? You know what I'm saying? Bulls with the good, yeah, yeah. But like you said, we talk balls, but nobody grand champion bull. You know, WCC's grand champion bull. Who got the write up on him? Who talking about him? Oh, we talking about WCC's and Lee's champion Reno enough and all the dogs that you know what I'm saying? Are we talking about Twiggy enough? You know, that's right. That's right, Ben. That's exactly what you said. Where the niggas, not niggas being brought. Niggas, where are the niggas? And they gonna point you to the mountains and the plateaus up there. On the flat part, that's where you'll find, you know. But no need for me to say that to Ben Brodley. Ben Brodley come to do his thing 1 2. Hey, do your thing, Ben Brodley shit. I already know what it is. I already know what you came here to do. So I ain't even worried about it. Quick, Common Cal. What up, man, doctor? Yeah, man. I'm just like, hey, you know, what are these other, you know, these others, you know what I'm saying? What are these others at? Let me get my video together. Get my video together. How everybody doing anyway? How y'all doing, man? Everybody trying to stay up out, you know what I'm saying? Trying to cool off from the heat today. Hey, salute, Brand Broccoli. Get my round of applause for my brother. Even though he paid the $5 so he can go troll freely. He want he want to troll freely. He finna go in on somebody. Somebody finna get trolled. Salute, anything helps. Anything helps. Okay, I think there's enough people. There's like 21 people in here. Chevrolet, How the hell out there? You ain't lying. Not the ones caught with boomerang bulls. What they talking about here? DB, salute DT Smith. Yeah, man. I appreciate that, Itchy. But I'm trying to go in further. We can go further with the forgotten ones. And I just don't think I think it's not I'm not gonna put it off on ignorance. I'm gonna put it off on lack of effort. You know what I'm saying? Because just like you can go on pads, I can go on pads. Mad Dollar can go on pads. You know what I'm saying? If you don't waste four locos on the computer and mess it up, he can go on pads. Adult Man TV for sure. You know what I'm saying? Very knowledgeable on pads. Do it every week, twice a week. You know what I'm saying? But for those of us, excuse me, for those of us who you know want to get this through the knowledge and an understanding of certain families of dogs, and it's like we like holding up, you know, maybe three, we let's say I go as far as to say 7 to 10 dogs that we regularly mention from a particular family. But it's like thousands of dogs in this family that were good. I'm not talking about the no-name dogs or the dog that was just a pet for the granny. I'm talking about real winners. You know what I'm saying? Win, real game, lose, whatever the case may be. Dogs worth mentioning. Dogs that should be dogs of note. You know, and I know I do dogs of note, of course. Oxymoron. But at the same time, there are other channels. And it's no knock against them. If that's what they're covering, that's what they're covering. But I'm challenging the community to come forth. And sometimes it come across in conversation. Like the other night on Bulldog with Bo, we know Perry Jackson has seen Andy Cap twice. You know what I'm saying? We start talking about other different dogs, Union County Kennels, you know what I'm saying? Mention other dogs from WCC that you don't hear. Some people name the same ones every time. It's on the right hand man. We're gonna talk about WCC's Rocket. We're gonna talk about Beetlejuice. We'll talk about Assassinator. Every now and again. You know what I'm saying? Who was that? Crenshaw. WCC Deacon. Will get mentioned, but it just boys is really just Eli Bolio, and all the other dog were just outcrosses to his Eli Bolio. Cal, Bloodthirst salute. No black on black violence today being brought to your food. Let me go to the video because I don't want to get in front of Twin and then they're trying to put me on the bus and handcuff me and put me up there on the Summer Jam stream. Talking about hell they trying to come into their territory and show, you know what I'm saying? They gonna never do they want to. Shout out Bloodthirst. I salute everybody first before I show this video. Mike Dan, salute. I feel that they stick the wrong title behind it and ignore the champion. Laugh my fucking ass off. Yeah, but like I say, it was some bad two-time winners. It was some bad producers that maybe made POR that wasn't wrong that produced some significant animals. We all can probably name a few, but let me go show this video, man. So I can get into what I want to talk about. Like to hear?
There are a few dogs I would like to discuss. I wonder why the bulldog community seems to stay focused on a few select animals in a bloodline. For example, the Red Boy Jocko Bolio Tombstone Cross. There are so many other dogs that could be discussed but are not covered. For example, Champion Moncro, one-time Best in Show winner. His sire is Champion Mongo. Mango is out of Southern Kennels, Short Day, and Southern Kennels Tomasa. Short Day is out of Mayday and Yellow Girl 2. Tomasa is out of Southern Kennels, Clyde and A. Cart's Quenny. Moncrow's dam was called Delgado Kennels, Arica POR. She was out of Grand Champion Croata and Chicher Kennels Jantun Amaru. Croata is out of Vili 3 and A. Cart's Tonka, one-time game loser. Jantun Amaru is out of Southern Kennels, Clyde and A. Cart's Quenny. Champion Moncrow dogs would be later imported into the U.S. dogs, like Texas Express Moncrow Bear. Yet another dog that I found very interesting. Moncrow had times of 27 minutes, and also 1 hour and 31 minutes against a champion. The last one was against a son champion Lucius for the win. Another dog that really doesn't get mentioned is Acart's Weirdo Bob. Bob is out of Latin Force's Grand Champion Barracuda and Acart's Vodka Lady. Barracuda is out Grand Champion Mayday and Powerhouse's Yellow Girl. Vodka Lady was out of Southern Kennels Ice Day and Cyber Dogs Piranha. He was bred to dogs like Natural Born's Precious to get dogs like Mostro 2, Time Winner, One-Time Game, Loser, Badass Kids Mayflower, and Remington. Also, Cali Kids Yellow Tuna, One-Time Winner, Cali Kids Yellow Max. Weirdo Bob was bred to excellent bred females like Pit Fanatics Espresso Lady. So is there a specific reason why these Mayday dogs very rarely, if ever, are mentioned?
Okay, let me go back. Now, I hope that y'all enjoyed this short video. I got a super chat. Bulls with the good salute, my brother. Most people go, most people go with what they've seen and run with. Once the net came into play, people ran with what was popular. Mike Dan, what up? And that's very well is and could be true as part of the problem in certain senses, but it's just like with anything. You know, you can make millions of dollars through the internet too. But will people do the actual homework to learn how? I mean, the same internet that can show you how to make $1 million is the same internet that can show you how to heal through natural herbs, and the same internet that can help you to learn how to make a pipe bomb to blow somebody up. I mean, it's all about how you use the internet. You know what I mean? So let me get my round of applause for Bulls with the Dude on the 499. Anything helps, my brother. Anything helps. Turn the applause up for my brother. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, hold on, let me get my chamber music up. Now, we're going to get into this. What? You know, the internet undefeated. Petty Rob. Salute. I'm on the underground train now. My mark told don't ride no more. Don't ride the bus no more. Okay then. Like they don't realize it was working the strings of Hollywood dolls, not just the cold ones. But I mean, that could be true also. But like I said, it's just funny to me how let's just look at we can look at let's go to Mexico with it. Let's go to Black Rock Kennels. Do you know how many winning dogs they've had over the years? Honestly. Do you know? You're right. We don't condone no bomb making. I just use that for example. I'll paraphrase it. Thank you, being brought. I'm paraphrasing. Just using that for example. We don't condone that. No illegal activities. We talking history. But You look at Black Rock kennels, right, in Mexico. Do you realize how many champions and grand champions that they have had? If you look at kennels like what's the other kennel that was over there? Um um Rancherita or somebody like that, who had a lot of gang of winning dogs, and then all of a sudden you only talk about three of them. I mean, ain't that a tad bit disrespectful in a way though? I got 20 champions and five grand champions in my career, but you only talk about three of the dogs. I mean, like that, like the other ones ain't did nothing. Like they ain't even worth. And don't get me wrong, it might be something that might not be worth. You know what I'm saying? But just as far as the internet is concerned, being on these shows, looking at these shows, being a person that is a student of the game, a participant in the game, but also a student of the game. You know what I'm saying? Just not uh just sitting around twiddling my fingers waiting for somebody to, validate me or give me information to help me to make me seem like I'm smarter or something. That ain't what it's about. Salute Union County, and that ain't what it's about. But it is a such thing as just being knowledgeable for self, because a lot of times you got people, right? That's what I'm, see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Right, but at the same time, being I know you know being, but at the same time, like they got dogs back in the days too. This they ain't just started this. We know that they got dogs back in the days that deserve they they day in the sun too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them dogs, the dogs that let's just look at Black Rock, Grand Jesse. Okay. A lot of people for a minute I thought they didn't even know about Jesse because they talked about Simplicio so much. But he was the grand champion. Jesse was the grand champion. But they talked about Simplicio all the time that I only, if I hadn't went up there and did my own due diligence to look for myself, I would have thought that he was the only one. And I think they got another brother that was good too, that was a champion also. So it's like I would have missed out on the grand champion first of all, and then I'd have been only caught up on Simplicio. Right. And so, salute Bulldog. BDP Silver Bullet was an ace and deserved recognition. Well, you're in luck, Bulldog. I did a case on him about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and this a prime example. Well, I did the case on BDP's Bullet, Silver Bullet, talked about why of all the Red Boy Jocko, Bully or Tombstone dogs that's out here, why don't anybody talk about Silver Bullet? BDP's Silver Bullet. I brought that up in the case and presented him to the Bulldog community to say, hey, everybody want to, okay, y'all want to be on Mayday? Y'all want to be on Red Boy Jocko, Bully or Tombstone? You know what I mean? Y'all want to be on Buck, on Macho Buck? Okay, well, let's talk about them all then if we're going to talk about them. Let's broaden the conversation a little bit. Instead of saying Macho Butt or Macho Buck, whatever, you know what I mean. Or Mayday, Buck, sometimes Yola Buck, Nico, you know what I'm saying? And Stone City don't get enough individual dog credit. They just get a blanket, just Stone City. Well, they bred the Mayday to the Stone City stuff. You know what I'm saying? Blondie about the one that get the most talking about, and that's only because she got bred to Mayday to me. The only reason why somebody talking about them. But there's so many other dogs they had. You know what I mean? I just, so like I say, I mean, how do y'all feel about it in the community? How do y'all feel about this? Is it that we don't know? We don't care? Or we don't show when they're talking about what's going on in the hood? When they're talking about what's going on in the Bulldog world, we just don't know? Don't care or what? Yeah, I talked about Firecracker too. Talked about Firecracker too, Bulldog. Also Bulldog and we both talked about Firecracker. Had an in-depth conversation. You know what I'm saying about Firecracker. Where did the Firecracker dolls go? That cross was a well mixed. You know what I'm saying? That was a lethal cross. And where did those dolls go? Yeah, we know what happened with Firecracker at the end. We know. But man, still, it was more than just him. That's another thing. And then two, there were other dogs that came down on Firecracker that were winning. So what happened to them? Where is their story? You know? And that's what I'm asking them. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Um, like I said, I'm not gonna be on here very long because I don't want to get in the way of GSK coming on tonight, I believe. I tried to slide in between Fat Bill, Fat TV, and between Going Hard Reloaded, so that I would not get in the way. Grand Champion Daddy O. A lot of people say that was a good one, Bulldog. Bulldog named a dog. Bulldog in here naming some dogs that they, he named some dogs. Grand Champion Daddy O. They say Daddy O was something else too. They said Daddy O was something else too. For real. They say he was for real. So I'm just saying that this is the type of stuff that need to be coming out to the forefront in the sense of, especially, past that time limit. Past that time limit. We ain't talking about no, yesterday stuff. We just talking about the history of these animals. We don't talk about Grand Champion JR enough. Ain't his Grand Champion JR. Yeah, yellow was yellow. That's true. Yellow was yellow. We can't deny that. And nobody gonna never deny that. But he had a brother. Supposed to have been the brother that was a grand champion too. And he put through some good downs too. Yeah. And this is why I appreciate my cap brothers. I appreciate Dog Man TV, Nonstop, and J-Ball for what they bring to the table as far as bringing other dogs into the fray, bringing a different perspective, and so that it won't be so dull and mundane. We keep talking about the same dogs. How many times we gonna talk about this one and that one, man? Come on, man. It's some more to that. Is anybody I'm gonna cover him, but is anybody else gonna cover Crazy Turf Man? Champion Crazy Turf Man. Our champion Otis. Is anybody gonna cover this? I talked about Mr. Serious many times, Champion Mr. Serious. Anybody gonna touch on Champion Mudcat off of Mr. Serious? I'm just saying, like I said, it's a lot more, man. It's a lot more. What we talking about in here? Dog Man TV, the people champ. I'm gonna turn my music up. And like I say, it's a lot of dogs that could be mentioned, man, and worth mentioning. You know what I'm saying? What's the dog that Greasy Corner Kid have? The female that Greasy Corner Kid have produced all those champions. Dahlia. I mean, not Dahlia. Delilah, was it Delilah? Was it McCullum's Delilah? Something like that, registered married. It was a McCullum female that produced a gang of dogs, man, and nobody really even talk about the dog, man. There's people out here that still run, Greasy Corner Kid Blood, man. You don't hear people talking about them. You don't hear Grand Champion Rowdy being brought up enough. Grand Champion Spanky. I mean, I just glad I was on with my brother when I mentioned Grand Champion Izard. I would probably have heard crickets in the room. Like I'm saying, if we gonna acknowledge what we're gonna need to not like, do we need to go through the old journals and break out some of these champions, again, and grand champions again that that we looked at the science of, we heard, we might have even not even heard, we might have know about the champion Tyrone Blood, but have you really looked at how they bred and put together the Eli Hotel? And if you really look at his brother, champion Lexus Coop. Who talk about Lexus Coop, man? Who talk about champion Lexus Coop? Yeah, Julie the Great done got covered quite a bit. Shout out to, like I said, once again, I keep saluting them, but it's necessary to Nonstop and J-Bo because, first of all, Nonstop, he's seen, I believe, Julie the Great, but it's a lot of people who didn't know who that was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh shit, it's right, Union County. You know what I'm saying? But I know you know. I ain't got to worry about you. I already know you know. It just refreshed your mind when I said that name because you probably saw it in the books just like I saw him in the books. It's another one I'm still looking for. I think his name was Mega Mouth. But I believe he was out of Luke Kane and some termite stuff. He was in the book. See nobody talk about Mega Mouth. When the Luke Kane and Mad Dogs, you could really had real crunch. Were really complete. And every one of them won a champion, but some of them were worth mentioning. That right being brought. That right being brought. Why we talk about Michael? Yeah, we know Michael the one. But boy, we got to talk about Jermaine and that dry curl he got in his head. No, I got finger waves in their head. They done glued that to the side of his head. Anyway, I digress. There you go, Pressure. Let's say I just want to just touch on this and get some commentary. Let me put the what you call them back in the goddamn. So many dogs people don't even know of. That right, Dog Society. They say Tito was something else. Yeah, Tito was something else. Molly Craig. But I'm just saying there's no grand champion Adolf. Have we really looked at the science behind and the chemistry and up of the assassin dogs 1, 2, and 3? Have we really did a real deep dive into Frank Jacobs and the dogs that he had? You know what I'm saying? Carter and Frank Jacobs and people like that. People don't even know when I say Grand Champion Adolf, they don't even know who I'm talking about. Abernathy still breed up dogs, The person that bred up Chinaman, he still breed up dogs, right? You see what I'm saying? He might not have a Chinaman, but he got his brother Champion Boy. He had him. He could let Chinaman go to California out there, the Bob Fritz and Vinny. Vince Romero. Or B&V. the B&V kennels. Because he had another champion brother right there at the house, so I can let him go. And I'm going to breed off of this one. Why y'all go make history with that one? And folks don't even know that. Still over there in Georgia right now, you know. That's right. I did a dog a note on El Diablo Negro. I had to. I might need to go back and do one of Topanga, you know. And I said I done did a couple of ones from Mad, you know, Mad's Pencil, you know, a couple of ones. Dog look just like Banjo. I've done it also. No, was out. Bulldog, I know I was out. Country Boy, Goldmouth, Joel and Jimbo knew them all. No, they talking about that 313 talk. You know what I'm saying? Detroit. Shout out to the D. Shout out to the whole Midwest. I gotta get rid of this cow. Shout out to all y'all. My dirty side people. BDP ended up with both dogs. Gold, they had good dog, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, like I say. And then we wondering why some of these dogs is these families of dogs are falling by the wayside. You know, you hate to say it sometimes, but popularity and fanfare, I guess, has some play into it, something to do with it. Along with success, you know, I guess, you know. But some people, some of this stuff, it ain't winning in no arena nowhere, but it's very popular, and people continue, you know, to spend their money to get it. You know, I don't know why. You know, when you last time you seen some of these tight dogs in a show ring anywhere, I don't know. But you like what you like. Who am I to tell you what you should spend your money on? You're under these. But what I will say is, it is a disservice to the Bulldog community to let these dogs fall by the wayside and not even with a mention. Okay, you ain't got to feed them. Okay. You work hard for your money. You want to feed the best ones, the ones that you popular is popular. You know what I'm saying? You follow the crowd, I guess. You know, you want to go with what's happening. Okay. Salute Marquis B. And you want to follow the crowd. Okay, I get you. I get you. But at least become knowledgeable about some of these animals. Because you know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, and two things for sure. You're going to have to do an outcross one day. One day you're going to have to do an outcross to something. And you better hope it ain't a peyote. You better hope it's some of these other dogs that we ain't naming or that we naming. There's something that can help you, you know, saying give you a good out so that you can tap back into your bloodline again. Without destroying your bloodline, all your hard work. You know. New York firecracker ball. Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. But like I say, when you look at the dogs, like you said, what I'm saying about those dogs, I just look at them like, you know, yeah, then BDP Blizzard. Or was it Buzzard? Then they got a Buzzard dog or Blizzard? Or Buzzard? Or both of them? Help me out, Bulldog. Was it a Blizzard and a Buzzard? I thought one name was Buzzard. I knew the one that ain't champion Blizzard. hard coded champion, hard copy champion Dixie Dave. That's another one. Going back to Terrence Travis and Tab stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you knew, you knew about it. But you know what I'm saying? Then they would later bring and put the Cardinals or Cardinals Roscoe Blood with Dixie Dave to produce dolls like coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dolls like this. But if you don't do your research and your due diligence, for some people, this all we got is the study and research of these animals and the knowledge of these animals. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all talking strong, but everybody know you capping. I don't know why you doing all that capping. We already know you cap. We already know you cap. Don't even fool yourself. We already know you cap. So you might well just become a stickler and a bulldog nerd and just study and research. And come on here with your little glasses and say, you know what, matter of fact, there was a dog called such and such and such and such back in 1975. Yeah, you could be one of them people. Carl McCon, Chief Aboriginal HB, salute. Mikhail Grand Champion Hellband, y'all. I did one on him. See what I'm saying? See, some of these dogs out of touch. These dogs out of touch. Mm-hmm. Grand Champion or what's that? Sound like Carmore. Hey, yo, who have Carl McCon here? She Aboriginal, HB, he'll food. He'll food out. He'll food out. What my sound effects at? My sound effects at?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Hammerhead on the beat, bitch.
Yeah, being famous though. Yeah, there's a hell of a difference on every dog I mentioned. I know the difference between some of these good dogs and the stuff I won with. Right, right. And it's just puzzling to me that there's not for this to be. See, like I'm never gonna be fooling myself into thinking that this is anything other than what it is. This is a educational, historical, entertainment channel. And for the most part, I think that all podcasters in the dog talk space share these same sentiments and talk along the same lines. Never is anyone that I know of intentionally trying to talk illegal talk or talk against the Animal Welfare Act of 1976 or any statutes or amendments or anything of that nature. But if we're gonna get up on here and talk, at least let us do more extensive homework to be able to bring more value and information to our audience rather than the same old thing and the same old argument, the same we've been arguing about the same, we ain't gotta it's about worse than a conscious community debate. We done went back and forth all for the next 3 hours and we ain't came to no conclusion on nothing. We know better off when at the end than when we started. We know better off. We don't know we know a whole bunch of nothing. And it becomes a bit mundane, you know, a bit boring. Karma said that nigga swear he know everything. Karma said he was in the box with Mayfield. Yeah, no. Boy, that was a long time ago. Boy, Gang don't get credit. He don't. Boy, Gang, the one thing about it, yeah, he might not have the dog experience and all that, but he had the gift of gab. He had the personality. He got people on their show and interviews. You know what I'm saying? In time, I feel like he could have got better at, from doing so many interviews, he would have got better on how to conduct and do an interview that you can get the most information, the most out of the interview. But you can't knock Pro, man. Pro brought Stone to the Jet Zone. I ain't seen nobody bring Stone to the Jet Zone. Pro had Bama on his show first, Eminem on Triple M on his show first. Yeah, he birthed it going hard. He birthed going hard. You know what I'm saying? What the other one he brought on now? Y'all know. He Denny Green. Man, come on. Denny Green. How many folks didn't know about Denny Green? How many folks didn't know to the extent of how pivotal Denny Green was in the game as far as the Red Boy Jocko was concerned? And some of y'all Red Boy Jocko lovers too. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all love that stuff. And y'all probably didn't even know who Denny Green was, man. But in the woods. No, he did. He did that Monkey B. He did lose his phone every other week. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when he found it, he was hell when he was well now. He was hell when he was well. You understand me? He was hell. But, like I say, things sometimes, life get in the way sometimes. Same thing happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, walk John. Every short, well, him walking John or riding on the bicycle with John, you know. Put John all the way in shape. Since he was 4 months old, I'm telling you, he had him out there. But like I say, these are all things that should be, brought out, like I say, and sometimes in the chat. Salute Carlos Rogers. I'm on my random thoughts and opinions. These are just my thoughts and opinions, randomly. And like I said, I've been hearing a lot of Mayday talk. I've always, ain't like it's just happened all recently. It's been the whole time I've been in the game. I've been in the game over 27, 28 years, and Mayday been at the forefront of so many conversations for the. And I just have to be honest with you. Mayday has been what is amazing to me about Mayday is Mayday has been in the forefront of so many conversations for me to have seen more than a few Mayday dogs, and none of them ever made me, it was nothing that I want, it was nothing to see. Average at best, below average, but I'm saying, maybe that's just what my experience is seeing. It was never a Mayday dog I wanted. I saw and I wanted that one. Like, nothing. And then it was Mayday people that moved into our area and they came up with nothing. All kind of Barracuda dogs. Barracuda Rough and Tough was in our area. They had Barracuda on their yard for a while. And Grand Champion Deuce Out Lou came. And he like, man, I'm just saying. But so that just to show that it is validity to the fact that popularity can move the needle. Fanfare can move the needle when performance don't. And some people, like I say, it's they, People steady buying into it. So hey, why not? I guess get in on the money making scheme. I guess I don't know, cause I don't know. But okay, but and that's cool. Whatever. So if you ready to buy, somebody ready to spend. You understand me? So that's cool. But I mean, if we're gonna get on here on podcast and dog talk, and we're gonna talk about the same 4-5 dogs, man, it's so many others. I mean, it should bring shame to people that repping for a line if you ain't got no more than 4-5 dollars you can talk about. If that's all you got, it really, you know what I'm saying? You ain't a little bit shamed? Like, you can't go get no other dogs to talk about? That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about, I don't care if they ain't yours. Because people do that on these dog talk shows too. They brag and talk about all these different dogs, and they ain't never owned them dogs. They ain't never had them dogs. They might have seen them out on one time or two. They might be standing around the square, but they ain't never handled that dog. They ain't never, like what Bulldog said, he touched these dogs he talking about. You know? But so, you know what I'm saying? We on the internet. And, we in cyberspace right now. You could be a pony in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can come on there as the pony in this motherfucker. Hobo Joe in this bitch. You could be whatever you want to be in the internet world. Look at these crazy ass names. Ball Deep. You know what I'm saying? Look at the shy Ball Deep. I ain't mean to put them on, but what I'm saying. Whatever kind of crazy ass name you want to be, you could be that on here. And nobody gonna judge you. Be like, damn, that's a crazy ass name, and they'll move on. Butt naked Joe. You know what I'm saying? You got a picture of a naked dude running on your goddamn avatar. You butt naked Joe. Everybody laugh for a minute, then we'll move on. Shit. Salute, man. Yeah, I thought y'all was, that's why I said I was gonna put it in the chat. Just open it up for a look, for a little while. Salute, pressure. My brother's right there. Gonna come up, but you cooking, brother. Like I say. And some people can say that, might be able to say that about the Eli stuff. They never seen a good one. They never seen them that were worth that they thought that they could want to take home with them. I would never want to dig in my wallet for that. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't nothing. It bit hard for a few minutes, or whatever it did, and or if I'm finna show it, I seen the Eli dog. They were bad built. Some of them were bad built. They didn't have good confirmation. Nothing I would want to take home with me. But then you got some that's beautifully, you know what I mean? Look no further than Del Manto, or Mona Watts, or some of these other people out here that's showing these heavy Boudreaux, Eli bred dogs, man, looking like black stallions walking out. You feel me? Damn. I ain't know that was saying I'm getting old. What you trying to say? I'm getting old. Well, shit, I got news for you. I am getting old. I am getting old. But hey, and get what I can share with you, my brother, is that some of them dogs that you seen early on and that you petting on, like the silver bullet dogs and all that stuff, and you see how it is now in the lexicon or the community or the bulldog world, how this dog is like getting very little notoriety, but this dog is a great dog, right? Now you gonna see in time, mark my words, that the entire narrative of this dog could possibly change in the next decade. You're gonna hear people who gonna swear you down and be ready to fight that they always knew that Silver Bullet was one of the baddest motherfuckers around in that time period. They gonna swear you down, and you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I was around I never saw you, dude. I saw that dog every day. I never saw you though. And you ready to fight me about you talking about you was around them, you knew all them cats that was around BDP and all that. You don't know none of them dudes. You ain't never met BDP. BDP standing in front of you, and you don't even know you standing in front of BDP. But you swearing me down trying to fight BDP about BDP dogs. You bet you. You understand me? And is you gonna run into people like this in the future. In a decade from now, it's gonna people that gonna swear you down. You who touched him, you who felt them, you who saw him on the chain or in the kennel, and swear you down like you ain't know, like you don't know. You don't know what you talking about. And you ain't never seen them before. You don't know where they came from, like an alien. That's what you're gonna learn, and you're gonna also learn too that certain dogs they grow in significance in time. What a dog was just a regular dog to you. Oh man, yeah, he was a brother to Bullet, but you know he was alright, but he wasn't Bullet though. This, and this, and let God forbid anything was to happen to Bullet, right? And let's just say that the brother's still alive, so we're gonna breed to the brother. I mean, he was a good dog, but he wasn't Bullet. Good game dog, just wasn't Bullet. You're gonna notice in time that he gonna get glorified more than Bullet. After he die and be gone, they gonna hold him up and build a shrine for him, like he was the greatest ever. But in reality, in real life, if you went back in time, he was a regular. That dog sitting over in the corner by himself, on the chain by himself, in the corner. No real significance, no whatsoever. 10 other dogs or wipe him out in 15 minutes. But in the future, his significance grew somehow. He became something after he died. Imagine that. He became greater when he died. God dog. He the Jesus Christ of Bulldog. He was a poor guy when he lived, but then he became savior of the world when he died. You know? Yeah. Salute R.A. Nixon. Get a hold. You're not the 1, 2, or third person, first, second, or third person I've heard say that. I'm just saying. It's just like when you live long enough to hear the complete cycle of music. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the music when you was 10 or 9, 6, 7, 8 years old, the 80s sounded music with the analog sound, and then when you get grown in your 30s, you hear that same sound again. You be like, this sound like 80s music. You be like, yeah, that's back in style again. It went out of style, and then it went through different phases, and then it came back in style again. You're gonna live long enough to see a full maturation of a dog go from below average, or even worse, a cur, all the way to being glorified as a great producer. You're gonna see a full maturation in the Bulldog world. You're gonna go from insignificant when he was alive to historic and extremely important and significant when he dead. Watch what I tell you. You're gonna be like, what in the world is going on here? And just like I heard Fat Bill say about Chinaman. He said Chinaman's a registered married dog, but he didn't live up to expectations as far as his producing power. Because, okay, you could be a registered married, all you gotta do is what, to get 4 champions, a grand champion, 3 champions, or 4 champions, whatever. 4 champions, 1 grand champion. Once you breach the bare minimum, you register married. Can't nobody take that from you. You register married. All the everything check out, you register married. But you're not in the same category as a Frisco or a Mayday or a Yellow. You're not in that category. When Frisco throw 40-some champions and Mayday got 20-some champions or 30, and then Jeep got 19 or 20 or 30, you know what I'm saying, and the 2 grand champions, each one of them, you not in their category. They done made register married 8, 9 times. They eight times register married. Over and over and over and over again. So you're not in that, but you are registered married though. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna have animals like that, like Garrett Shorty. Garrett Shorty, when he was alive, was considered like an average dog. Like nobody would really. He made registered married. He did, but they pulled scrawls off of him too, and some of them dogs came later on. You see what I'm saying? But nobody was really. He wasn't one of them ones. That's like the Hollandworth dogs. Nobody was beating their door downs for no Hollandworth dogs like that. Nobody would beat. But when you put it with yellow, it made a complete bulldog, and it started an entire family of dogs that still here today. You know? Yo, man, just never. Well, let me go back and read what person said. I was the same way with Mayday and Garner dogs. Just never jumped on the wagon. Yeah, some people just. I'm gonna go with what I got. You know what I mean? What Dogman TV saying? The only Mayday stuff I've seen that was good was a cross off of Champion Bear and inbred Mayday female. Mouth, mouth, mouth. The only one. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's like, look, think about that on Dogman TV. Think about the fact that in the dog world, we all know all it takes is one. A dog like what you described, that's all it takes. And it's a Mayday dog. Already ready to fall in love with Mayday anyway and catch the Mayday Holy Ghost. And it's really one of them ones for real and got mouth like the old dog, like the days of old. Oh man. Cooking with hot grease. You know. People trying to pay top dollar to get that out of your hand. Trying to take that home to them to Ecuador or wherever. Cuba or wherever. Trying to get that dog from you. That's right, Carlo. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. I'm telling you. You're going to come to realize. I'm talking about ain't nothing. When I say, that's why I say, when I came and wasn't nothing going to stop the count, I meant that. I can stand on that because that's all I ever seen in the game. Other than the realness was majority overwhelmed by the count. The realness had a hard time to stand up because it was so overwhelmed by so much count. Count overwhelmed you, man. Like you get ran over by 1,000,000,000,000 ants. Yeah, they small, but boy, all together, boy, they can, yeah. They can kill you, man. All of them together. It's just too much. You get overwhelmed. Where the cows run wild. I'm telling you. Trying to tell you. End of the day, being about to say end of the day, all good dogs do the same shit. These bloodlines don't matter. It's the man behind the dogs, the biggest factor. True words being brought. True words. True words. Mm-hmm. Mr. Star. Random, Mr. Vernon. Random. Oh, I ain't gonna say, like I said, I just passed the hour mark. I just want to come on here before it's time for Twin and them to come on in between Fat Bill, Fat TV episode and Going Hard Killer Reloaded episode, just to talk to the community about my random thoughts and opinions about Why we don't recognize certain other dogs' significance that are less popular. You know what I'm saying? That have less fanfare, which why they don't get credit, even though they have done the accomplishment in some cases, have done more than the famous dog have. But you can't. That's just like coming against a celebrity that's a real bad person, treats you like crap, but they're a celebrity. And when you say, man, forget that lady, she did this to me and she spit in my plate and she told me F me and slap me, then they be like, she would never do that. You a hater. She wouldn't do that to you. Who is you? She wouldn't do that to you. You a hater. And ain't nothing you can say to make it not look like you a hater, even if you're telling the truth. That's how much cap it is out here. If you tell the truth, it sounds like you a hater. Yeah, you see, I heard all the stories, but still wasn't convinced. That right. That right. Yeah. I mean, Fat Bill ran his ass to breed to Chinaman. That fool said on Dog Man 2000, there's no DLC without Tom Gardner. LOL. If he did say that, being brought to my how things have changed. My how things have changed. How much money you would put up being brought in they hear well he was cause you bet me a small wager here he would say that today. True or not, would he ever say it? If Fat Bill hear me saying this, his lip gonna turn up, I guarantee it. Fuck him. Fuck Tom. I guarantee it. He gonna say, fuck Tom. God damn it, sporting on rock out. Fuck Tom. Being brought this F you too, you know what I'm saying? I roll with my Red Boy Jocko to the wheels fall out. Hey, if it worked for you, sir, and you don't had you've been one of them connoisseurs of the blood. Like I say, it's some people, man, in the community, they like wine, the fine wine connoisseurs, and they get the wine when they go to the orchard, with the wine tasting, and they get the old Chardonnay, 1935, and they pour it in the glass, and they smell it, and they don't start drinking right. They smell it, and then they move it around, let it roll around in the glass, roll around in the glass a little bit before they take that sip of it. Yeah, it's some people who connoisseurs. They the criminal they want the very best of this particular family, and they have spent years to cultivate their lines. Spent years to get their lines to perfection. Till they be like, oh, and they kiss like the chef do. The Italian chef when he kiss his finger. Manofito, manofito, perfect. I got it just like I want it. And then you got people who couldn't care less about that. Man, just whenever you get through with that manofito stuff, let me buy it. And I don't care nothing about all your hard work and your blood, sweat, and tears. When you get through with that, how much for that? I just seen you kiss in the air and saying manofito with your chef hat on, like you done cooked up the greatest recipe ever. And I hope you're right, because I want to buy that. You got people like that. It's a microcosm of the world. Good with the good said amount of times they were bred matters though. Breed a dog 100 times and he produces 50, or breed a dog 10 times and he produces 6. You know what I'm saying? That percentages matter. That's true. That's true. Yeah, Vernon, but we know that over there different. That right? Hey, I use it all, Mr. Vernon. I use it all. We, I have used a little bit of it all. Then I never wanted a TG dog. I like the Niggerino and Bulletin line. Yeah, I had that too. Facts Bulls, that's why art is MJ out here. Preston say, I'm in with you on that. Shreveport. Shreveport Mike in the building. Yeah, what's up, homie? What it be like, my brother? Dark Society crosses are the only thing winning, historically, lyrics speaking. LOL. Don't it look like a scatterbred dog to you, though, Dark Society? When you look at it, do it look like a is American bred dogs of today looking more by the pedigree like a European or a UK across the water dog? You remember how we used to pick it and look at the UK dogs? I mean, the Russian and Ukraine and all that. We like, dang, they got every kind of bloodline in all the pedigree. They got everything in there. Bullets and alligator, red boy, Jocko, Jeep. They got Bolio in there. They got some gyro, Giro stuff in there. They got everything in there. Hell, it better be something. He got everything in there. You know what I'm saying? And then we used to always hear that growing up. Hey, man, a scatterbred dog will go like hell now. You get you a good scatterbred dog. Now, I don't know what you're going to breed him to. But, boy, you want to get you some W's real quick. Go and breed you some scatterbred stuff. They'll put out, just mix it all up. Yeah. But I like that back then. Back in the days, it's simplified. Country boy, we simplifying stuff. We're going to call it that. But you got people now trying to philosophize in science a scatterbred dog. You can't philosophize in science no damn scatterbred dog. It got everything in there. Stop it. Well, see, when we did that, see, you breed for the traits. And see, when we didn't know, hell, man, you just threw a snowball in the hell and thought you were going to hit something. Tell the truth. You threw a snowball in the hell and you cross your fingers and close your eyes and just hope that it hits something before it melts. Don't you did? You got lucky, bro. Bro, you got lucky. Salute, salute. Champion Trap and Champion Tramp and Tab. That's right. One more popular than the other. One more popular. One is increasingly over time becoming in the last, maybe I say the last 5, 8 years, for whatever reason. I think for whatever reason, somebody can agree or disagree with me when I say this. It seemed like during the pandemic, whatever that, I don't want to say, whenever the time period of 20 or 19 to 20, what it was, 2023, whatever it was, during that time, when everybody was in the house, mostly, except me, because I was out here on the road, the tramp dogs kind of took a shift and became more popular, and I stopped seeing as many tab dogs. I mean, just as far as pairs online is concerned. You know what I'm saying? More than you guarantee, back in the day, you guarantee you're going to get at least 40 advertisements at least a day on somebody who got some tab. About 40. And you think I'm exaggerating. Just go back, you can go back some years on that thing, on the form, dogs for sale or whatever it is on pairs online. You can go back some years on that thing. Some people never delete their stuff. So you can go back on there and see that, boy, used to be a lot of people advertising and selling some Trump, but not so much anymore. Now, what could that be? I don't know. I'm going to let y'all talk about that. But what I will say is I did see an increase in popularity on the Trump dog. It's okay, Fred. Salute, Fred. Man, champion cap equal hella caps. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Look at pressure. Either. I use my own judgment. That's right. You got to use that. Got to. And like I said, bulls with the goods. It go back to your last what you said about the 100 versus dog bred 100 times versus the dog bred 10, and he produced 6 champions. That's the case with Tramp. You had Tramp in round raw hand who bred him sparingly, the here and there. Then you got Al White who got Tab, who bred him the lottie dottie and every goddamn body. Who bred the absolute balls. He had calluses up under, his underbelly. Couldn't even hardly, stick because he got, knots all up, what I'm saying, on his belly and stuff. Big bulges up under there. TG claims all these champions overseas. Shit, let me say I got 75 champions overseas. Yeah. You sold your Union County. Now Union County, you somebody who Jeep Red Boy connoisseur. We know you balls too. But I'm saying, would you okay, you seeing the champion pistol, which the pistol blood, I look at that. You could correct me if I'm wrong, please. As like a homemade Jeep Red Boy. Like that's like when you make your own. I would look at Tab as the ready-made Jeep Red Boy. Tab, Tramp, anyone out of that litter, you the ready-made, you the original format of Jeep Red Boy. You know what I'm saying? It got everything sold together. You got the toy and the batteries all sold the thing. Now, when you get Jeep Red Boy and you put it together yourself, see the battery sold separately, like a toy. The battery got battery sold separately. You got to go buy the battery. You see what I'm saying? When you put the Jeep Red Boy together yourself, depending on what strand you choose, is going to determine how much greater or lesser your Jeep Red Boy is versus the ones that came with the batteries in the back, which is Tab and Tramp, Little Red Boy, who they did, Baby Bliss, from the original, Jeep to Tabby Girl breeding, or Grand Champion Tank or Yellow Widow from the Jeep Fanny breeding. You know what I'm saying? Those are the originals to me. But I digress. But this is what I say. You can make your own Jeep Red Boy. Itchy, Voodoo Dogs. That's it. That might be all you need too, Mr. Vernon. Man, you working with some high power. I ain't gonna rub it in on you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know you know. But stay tuned. All I can tell you, stay tuned. Some stuff can get resurrected out here. You know what I mean? Some stuff can get resurrected. Bad street. SDA, you know that gumbo. You know what I'm saying? Cook it up all the time. Cook it up all the time. Brandon, you late. Oh, pressure. Vernon, you late. I got 2 bloodlines started off a grand champion. I seen overseas. My biggest cap. Man, come on now, dog. Come on, man. There go my counterpart. SD, I had to come. I had it from Corvino to Klaus. Okay. Mm-hmm. No, Ari Nisha said. I'm an Eli lover through and through. In about 2 years, I bought some Red Boy Jocko type dog just because how much I've listened to talk, motherfucker talk about the blood and nothing. And if I'm being honest, I'm not. Red Boy Jocko type dogs just because how much I listen to talk, motherfuckers talk about the blood. And if I'm being honest, I'm not. You didn't like it. I can't get what you the end part. Like you being honest, you not. That means you ain't like it. Or you not gonna be honest on what what you found out. That's right. Since I can't get what I had years prior, gotta keep what I know is correct today. And that's that's how you avoid the count, Mr. Vernon. I mean, I ain't got to tell you. I'm deep talking to the other people that might not know. That's how you can avoid the cap. You just stay on your yard. Stay with what you know is true. Now, all the cap that happened before you got the dog, you ain't had nothing to do with it. That ain't had nothing to do with you. That was before you came along and even had the dog. You know, Bull Dog, R.I.P. Tony Rogers, R.I.P. BDP Larry, R.I.P. Okay. Impressed so far, but it's still early. Uh-oh. But when you cross that red by Jocko with that Eli, let me stop. Let me get out of there. I mean, when you get it cooking like you want to get it cooking and you want manofito, I mean, let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Get out of there. Shame the devil, Dorian. Yes, we in here. You didn't get no notification, did you? God dog it, YouTube. Darn it. Bum, 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 bum. Which screen the Red Boy Jocko balling? CK winning was the only concern. He is the only concern. Yeah, that right, dog society. And whatever circuit or whatever thing you trying to do. And like I say, if you don't have winning dogs, you better go get you some. Because I was listening to that Mona Watts interview, and she had a line of dogs, and then she was talking about the other line of dogs that she had. She had the alligator carver. I think she said bullets and carver. She mixed, and over time, and I think she incorporated some G, and that confirmation that she was looking for, she finally got it. But she kind of had to get her mix together. Some of the stuff she had to leave alone and go away from, and the other stuff she added to. Sometimes you got to learn what to go breed away from, and sometimes you got to learn what to add to. It's a science to that. You know what I'm saying? It's a formula. You know what I'm saying? A type of pattern, as Twin would say, a pattern. That's right. 5-1 straight gumbo. Bread it back together, then outcross with them pairs. What I did and had success. Man, I was gonna tell you the word about 5-1. We need to donate some money together and get. I'm trying to get a 5-1 shirt. Get him 5 copies of the 5-1 shirt. Give him 5 of them or 7, but he can wear one every day of the week. So he wants to say it so much. They got 5-1, and they got the heads of all the dogs: Zebo, Hank, a Kobe dog up there. We'll put Kobe Dime or Pincher up there. What else he say? Kingfish, and whatever the fifth one is. We're gonna put all of them up there and put 5-1. PPW. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, man, dog. I'm just playing. Everything at Dabo Dime cross just bred for different appearance and traits. I mean, when it comes down to it, that's what I'm talking about, you kind of. When you got this person who breed him 100 times this year, and you got Ramrod up in Ohio, he only bred us five times this year. And get what? 3 of them was on the yard. two of them he let, the homies breed, the homeboy, one of his partners breed. But the other three, he keeping all of them. You can't even, I don't care what money you got, you can't even get them. And I really like that one. Can I buy that one? Nah, I'm gonna use him. You can't get them. But Ed White down there, up in Blue Ridge Mountains, up in Blue Ridge, Georgia, boy, he breeding the ball off. Boy, you can get it, whatever you want to get. You can get these. Yeah. No price too big or small. You can get these. Come one, come all. Yeah. So that's why they're all over the South. Facts, Vernon. Let me see. Vernon said, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think so too. But it's just, I digress. Jermaine Jackson, salute. I was running tab in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. They said New Orleans was the battleground at one time. Woo, Southern Louisiana. We. Mm-mm. Boy, you had to really come with some nine that way, bro. Woo. Yeah, they got more than just alligators in the swamp. Boy, they got some real crocodile bulldogs too. That's what they said. That's what they said. That's what I was told. I don't know. That's what I was told back in the day. What with the good Burner Star? You said a mouthful. If I can verify a generation or two with my eyes or trust the eyes of people that I get them from, that what matter now. That's right. What you did, Fred? Fred, I bred my tramp dog to a boss red boy jocko dog. Smoke. Fred, you gonna make me turn into twin two on this podcast. Oh, Fred. Fred. My boy Fred. That's my boy, Fred. I hit him on the back street. It's for the archive with an S, gmail.com, man. They hit me on the back street, bro. Hey, don't forget about me, bro. Hey, when they drop, think about you, bro, SDA. They put SDA. Think about me like a thief on the cross. Hey, remember me, bro. Hey, remember me, bro. Hey, bro. Let me stop. I digress. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, Fred. Fred, I just playing. Twin, I'm just playing. Just joking, twin. I'm just joking. I know he trying to put me on that bus. Trying to put the billy club across my head, trying to get me on that bus. Get your ass on the bus, SDA. Got so much to say. Get your ass on this bus. Twin. I'm gonna fall out. I'm gonna pass out, twin. Oh. Out a scatter dog. A good out there scatter dog. Dang. Jermaine. G Red Boy Tab Jocko. Red Boy Jocko Tab. That's a known. That's a known cross. Right, Union County. Right, I forgot he had a little bit of rascal in him from the cricket side, right? From the Shady Hill cricket side, I think it had a little. Guess we like Deacon Blood first, and Pistol had the Eli through the rascal stuff. That's right. I forgot that. Through everybody looking at these dogs. That's right. Gotta keep your eyes on them. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking. So you find what you want. Find what you need. And then you can go to the winner circle. I feel like the tab stuff did not have enough ability. I mean, some of them didn't do. You cross into the rascal like what you just said. Like with Pistol, it produced another dog. I mean, just by itself though, you're right. It didn't have enough. Yeah, the direct daughter out tab. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kevin Bryant, salute. That G Rep boy worked good with that Eli Carver stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bulldog said she did everything I expected her to. Or the daughter tab. You had a daughter tab. Jeep and Eli. Pit Wise, salute. The real Nundada. What you know about them dogs? Oh, champion Dino SGA. Oh man. Let's just say we had a lot of those in Georgia. Back home, seen not a lot of those, but enough down off of that stuff to know, you know, those are really, really, really good dogs. Really good dogs. I'm really surprised at myself. I don't feed in it anymore. I sold the last little bit of the ones I had over to the British Islands. But maybe one day I'll get some more of that stuff. Yeah, man. Loot, loot. Tennessee Steel Kennels talk that talk. I'm for sure tired of hearing about all the same dog over and over. Man, who you telling? Whoa. I'm talking about we ain't got no originality. I'm talking about every day. I'm talking about every day. And they then don't even go into different sectors. You know what I'm saying? Like, give it go into different branches, dog. It's other branches. They did some stuff too. Somebody had them too. You know, yeah, I guess, like I said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them think. WCC. Champion Dino from WCC, Don Dada. I think he talking about Champion Dino Woodall's Champion Dino. I thought he was talking about Woodall. That's right. Stay on your own yard or invite the captain, man. A real Don Dada, salute. Man Jackson. I think I said Kevin Bryant. I know just what you mean. I like it with the rascal stuff. Yeah. Triple A was the best rep by jock I ran across, and we'll keep it around. And I'm an Eli Carver guy. Hey, sometimes, hey, when you see something that's all right, hey, you might want to hang on to it for an out. That might be your out for your, or you might be using it for an out for your Eli Carver. You know what I'm saying? That's some good stuff you actually saw. My brother Shortbird Cat, salute, salute. Start playing SDA. I never get notification. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm behind. Like, man, out of 5-1. Now, what all you can kind of, I thought that's what he was talking about. Need just one shirt. He keep wearing the same one. Dang, man, come on. That's why I was trying to get him more than one dog, man, TV, so he won't have to wear the same shirt every day. Watts is cool, yeah. Mona Watts. It's cool. I seen her dogs at the show in May. You know, like I say, yeah, classic show dogs and everything. Yeah, all right. The old ones, they could do whatever. 7 5 and 1 shirts. Violent. 7 5 and 1 shirts. 7 Hank shirts. 7 4 local shirts. And 7 going hard t-shirts. He's set for a 30-day run. John, what's okay? John meant right. T said that and put him to your belt. Yeah, man, but like I say, man, I be looking at this game sometimes sideways, bro. Sometimes I be looking at this game like, oh, what did we belong? And it just, and you know what messed me up though is how gullible and easy some of the new greenhorns are. I just like, wait a minute, I could be wrong. Let me ask some of my old heads. Was I really as gullible and dumb as these folks right here? These folks gullible as hell. They believe in everything the person's saying. Like some of this stuff, they ain't even, you know what I'm saying? It's a icebreaker in the conversation. That's to crack a joke. It ain't for real. They believe that part too. I'm like, man, hell no. I know I wasn't that. Mm-hmm. Love that alien bullshit stuff, Russ. White dog or white line. Somebody not playing SDA. Russ, how y'all feel about the? How you feel about them white dogs? Oh man, here we go. I'm talking about a conversation about some different stuff. A conversation about. I feel like T-Pain. Y'all seen that clip of T-Pain talking about all the different stuff, about the different music. Everybody sound the same. We got the baby, little baby. Do something else. Do a different thing. Do something else. That's why he was hollering like that. Y'all remember that? He was hollering like that. Appreciate it, Dory. Russ Paul, L.A. What's Paul? Law. How y'all feel about them white dogs? Man, you're going to have some people in here loving it. My friend not playing SBA. Somebody needs church braid. Just hit me up. Mm-hmm. Russ white dog like the alien bullshit stuff, bro. SDA cook on it. John Johnson. Mm-hmm. The white lines. Last white dog I seen jump. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hey, it can happen. Okay? Historically speaking, it can happen. All right? All right? Somebody want to get out of there, free to leave. You know what I'm saying? Nobody holding you captive. If you want to take that jump of faith, that whatever that leap of faith is, a leap of whatever that is you're doing, feel free to do that. Johnson's Ram Red to pit stop Miss Mickey was one of my favorite Jeep Red Boy dogs I had. Now Johnson's Ram Red pit stops Miss Mickey Ram Red. Where have I heard that name before? And I heard it many times from coming from some. It's a group of guys I met. I know they talk, and when they talking, I'm listening. And they was ramrod and ramred. This lady ramrod, this and that, and ramrod. Something to do with something. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out who I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I'm talking about, but I'm saying I'm talking. And when I get to talking, correct, you turn it into a mo. You turn it into mo. What about them gas and butt dogs? Anyone like them? Oh man, we love them over here. Love them over here. Love them. Crybaby stuff. Clamp and reclamp. You know the Hugo dog, Barnstorm Hugo. You know what I'm saying? That's one. Two. Champion BB. You know what I'm saying? I think it was our big country. You know, you got Shy Baby, Grand Champion Shy Baby Blood, Champion Bishop stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Scarface stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got all kinds. I mean, man, I might need to hit it with Mad Dr. Syrian on the back and a fuck y'all at the bottom. Yeah, then you see that's why we went the Trump way, y'all. If you went that way, yeah, I feel you, Russell. Man, being brought. You and I got GHK and Mad Dr. shirts right now. Man, these dude crazy, man. Man, being brought me fool, dog. I really like the gas and stuff. Shout out, dog, man, TV. Mm-hmm. It was no better. What is no better than our pure Deacon dogs, ability wise? The tab. Salute Vendetta. Yes, and True Bishop Blood. Nice. True Bishop Blood. Nice. Okay. Just need to add that hybrid vigor. Oh, come on, Big Pat Mo, man. I can't believe I read that. Man, it's just like you throw garlic on me, Big Pat. Mama vampire, they throw garlic on me. HV. I need me one of them crocodile board out there. You know what I'm saying? I need to go down to South Louisiana. Boy, out. I love the structure of them gas and dogs. Anyone. Yeah, they nice built, very well built dogs. We was speaking on Larry the other day. R.I.P. Larry. Who that is? Larry. Westside Who Ride? Who that is? BDP? Who that is? We only bred it to the Reno Queen stuff. It was way better animal. I'm trying to think, have I ever seen some Queen of Hearts stuff? Is this dog called Grid? What the dog name? Grid's Blind Pete. Blind Pete was off of a dog called Snag. Snag was off of Grand Champion Cool Breeze. And I believe his mama was Mason's Comet. Comet was out of was a sister to, I want to say she was a sister to Vice Grips Poncho and Missy. If I'm not mistaken, but he looked like Dirty Mary though. He was well built dog, red and white, had white face, had the white eye. one time game loser. I think he ran into like a niggerino dog. I think that dog broke both his back legs. He still scratched. He still scratched though. Low back leg, bro. He still scratched. T-Bud. Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's going to be 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm over in the Columbus, Ohio area today on my interstate count travels. We read through these boards. I've been looking at Summit Kennels and Big Worm. Okay, Big Worm. What did Big Worm got? Big Worm got the reclamp, the clamp. Then Big Worm beat up. Ain't his dogs behind the recoil board dog? I think so. We in the 5th generation T-Bud still don't see nothing. Mm-hmm. Oh, we man. Salute, man. I'm gonna do the same. I'm going because I got to hit the highways and byways later on tonight in the wee hours. Graveyard shield, baby. See a lot of people on here cooking with gas. Y'all be safe and keep scratching. Gotta take it down for the night. Salute. Bugs with the goods. Appreciate you, my brother, for coming in. I appreciate the donations, my brother. Whack-a-mole females. I never seen. I wish I could have said, man, that stuff, man. I seen one or two of them, but I wish I could have seen a good one though. That one of them bloodlines. I wish I could have seen a good one. Carlo, we don't get to see the frozen stuff because once they get it, it become gold. And too good for school. I'm just saying, too cool for school. They go Mad Doctor. Mad Doctor gonna show you Mad Doctor. For to be on the 4 loco, he sure can write every strand of the dogs he used, can't he? For it be tore up for the floor and be writing every little strand. He had Eli, then he had Kingfish, then he had Bolio Touch, A for Bolio, then he had Kobe, which she really was got it, but went down. See what I'm saying? And then it was Brandy. See, I had a little Zebo. See, my Zebo was coming through. I said, God, dog. The white dogs were good, yeah, they were. Well built dogs too, man. The white dogs, well built dogs. Don't get yellow one started on that railroad. I be hearing that name, like who is that? I thought somebody said, is that the guy that won? That got the good show that won the other the podcast contest, like the best podcast. Is that the yellow one? I think that's who it was. Old Jane was all right. He can do some Pearl. Okay. Hugo is a good one. I'm just saying. I concur. Fred said I lived on the yard when I was younger, Carlo. I need a 5-in-1 shirt with that Jermaine Jackson. I need a 5-in-1. I got a discount to breed to a son of Heavy D. I might take advantage of it. A son of Heavy D. Red Bus stuff, Summers Heavy D. Mmm. That bullet dog y'all was talking about half of that, right? Bullet head. Bullet head. We ain't gonna do that. That's why I said that so we can send him the shirts. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to send him 7 shirts for every day of the week, 5-in-1, Mad Doctor. And I might put PPW in the back part. Or put in the front. Go where you peed at. PPW in the front. I mean, anyway, we ain't got everything finalized or whatever. But I'm just saying, we're not trying to cap him. We gonna bless him with the stuff that he deserves. You know what I'm saying? If we ever get a chance. And he might say F us or whatever, you know. Pit stop short and sweet. Midwest dogs. Oh man. Man got killers. What you think about Bad Street True dog? Man, I'm saying some people gonna like I say, some people gonna say they are some of the most consistent balls dogs in the game. Some people say. And some people say they probably never seen that. Because you know, everybody's their dogs are not everywhere. Rat Street True dog and I don't think it's everywhere. Ball dogs are everywhere. That's a different. That's a different. Bad Street True is Bad Street True dogs. Ball dogs around, but RP man, Cook's good, damn man, out of Wichita, Kansas. Go ahead. I'm out that line cave trying to hunt. Seen a few whack stuff, none good. That's what Dogman TV said. Bad Street True probably gonna be the closest Queen of Hearts stuff you'll find, but make sure it's working. Yeah. Yeah. You know, you kind of got that, you know, like I said, they had that stuff that was real close to the Queen stuff. Mm-hmm. Bad Street Team, Bad Street. Mm-hmm. That ain't the boys you done bred to that Jeep Red Boy, is it? Is that Fred? Is that the boy? Is that what you done bred to that Jeep Red Boy? Oh, Fred. Oh, Fred. My boy Fred. That's my boy right there. That's Fred, y'all. That's my boy. Yeah, if it's Summers Heavy D, yeah, that's what I said. I said you said somebody else might have it down the Heavy D, but you said Summers Heavy D. Is that Summers? Red Boy Jr. His name haven't been bred much yet. Oh, his name ain't been brought up. Red Boy Jr. See what I'm saying? BS. Queen is in the D now. They running that, y'all running that heavy. McKinley's cars and McKinley's Midas stuff up there. Y'all running that what's that other stuff? Abraham's bull blood, you know, that go Queen and Buck. The Queen. Well, that's Abraham. I mean, that's the Midas stuff. McKinley's car and McKinley's Midas. Dig it. I know the breed of those dogs off Abraham Bull in the city now. Remember your boy? He remember me on the back street. And he press. Ah! Cutting up to my damn self. That's what they will be talking about. Well, I can't do what y'all do. Y'all be talking to y'all damn self. Instead of been there talking to y'all self. I ain't good at that. You bought Bull and Bull Jr. and Bear. It's okay, young. Chat. Salute. Salute, man. But yeah, I just thought I'd touch bases. My random thoughts and opinions show, man. Y'all be ready to catch up to all the cap news tomorrow on Hump Day Cap with my cap brothers, King T, Startbush Cap, Pressure, aka Pressure Cap, and of course the honorable one, J-Bo, that's Papa Cap, man. You know, of course, I'm Interstate Cap, you know what I'm saying? But y'all be ready to catch that Hump Day Cap tomorrow. And I'ma bid y'all adieu. Also, on Thursday, y'all know we ride with Bulldog with Bo. Y'all already know, bring your smoke, your drinks, and your snacks. Cause I'm not sharing. I'm not sharing. Stingy like that. You know what I'm saying? And then tonight, later on tonight, coming right after this, most likely, within a few minutes, if y'all, you know, you digging it, check out Going Hard, Tenders Reloaded. Watch the twins and them. 1, 2. Somebody probably gonna get cussed out. I'm just hoping it's not me. But check the fellas out when they go through the Bulldog Talk. And on Friday, Hot Mic Friday, just like on Tuesday, man. 8:30-ish, you know, Central Time. And y'all check them out. Then of course Sunday, y'all already know. Back again with Bulldog with Bo. Dogman TV, nonstop, J-Bo. You know what I'm saying? And y'all check out all the other channels too. Check. I can't keep up with all the scheduling. Check out Buck City. Like I said again, he had a great show when the observation is when he looked over Chico Lopez thing. Okay. That's the one I caught. That was a good one. Y'all might need to go back and check that out. Somebody else had a show where they interviewed Mona Watts. I happened to catch that and listen to that while I drove. Very good interview. There's some good content out here. But we need to expand the horizon and talk about some different dogs, man. Come on now, man. Come on now, dog. Come on, man. But anyway. Yeah, right. President. Salute Buck City now. Salute Buck City. And the Samurai. Oh, I almost forgot, man. Shit, the Samurai and my boy Big Hill fan. He always showing love. I don't know how I forget Big Hill. How I be forgetting Big Hill? I just saw him today. I just heard the show earlier today. He come on all the time. He going hard. I gotta get it to him. I salute Big Hill fam. Salute Shogun Army. Shogun Unlimited, all those guys over there, man, doing y'all 1-2, man. Salute y'all, man. Salute. But let me get up out of here. Salute Vendetta. Big 50. Anyway, this your boy, Hope James. Because we got to get a hold of the game.